On this episode of Dice and Dudes, the teen's investigation leads to a brewery.
What's the closest thing you have to PBR?
What's the closest thing you have to a Four Loko?
Agent Foley makes a friend.
These drinks are on the house. You guys can go. Thank you.
Good. I wasn't paying for them anyways. You little prick.
And the team hatches a distraction.
You saw it, right?
Yeah.
It was a fucking big. It was cigar shaped, right?
Yeah.
Come on, it was cigar shaped. You know it was. It was like a long thing.
The operation starts now.
We no longer cleave to any government agency. We now operate privately on our own project.
He said that there's this place down south where all these rich men go to devil worship. He said they sacrifice kids and whatnot. Women and children all got murdered there. And something about some place called Carcosa and the Yellow King.
All right. We're all here again. You guys ready?
Here. Yes, sir.
All right. So what's the plan, gentlemen? Taylor?
Is Taylor back?
Mr. Edwards?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what's the plan, gentlemen? What are we doing?
Brewery first, I think.
Okay.
We're hitting brewery, yeah.
I guess you guys are taking the town car and leaving Foley's truck at the hotel.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Again, so far you guys don't have an official inn. You're just civilians as far as this is concerned. You guys pull into a tucked off among a strip of office buildings. Stands a few little brick buildings. You pull into a parking lot. There's, that gravel planter set where there's like some cactuses and stuff like that out front. In this brick building, you see the logo, which is, of course, a jackalope standing under a starry desert sky, holding a mug of beer, clearly intoxicated. You go inside. The floors are polished concrete, so it's like kind of reflective concrete. There's dark wood bars, tables. There's a little window showing the brewing area. There are pictures on the walls. Give everyone this. What is people's alertness?
I'm up to 73 as of the beginning of the session.
Okay, so.
Where'd he go?
So, Foley and Griggs notice off the top because you're just eyeing the pictures. There's one of some white man in an army uniform, looking as serious as he can. There's others of a wrestler sitting on a turnbuckle flexing. And you guys notice actually one of the paintings from Frankie Campbell on one of the walls. You guys saddle up to the bar. There is a young lady with strawberry blonde hair working it, and she goes, "How can I help you, gentlemen?"
Well, Griggs will shield the glare from what he assumes to be the string lights that are hanging across the entire brewery.
Yep.
And and say,
not to give it away, but there's also like the chalkboard, behind
the
them.
chalkboard menu.
Yeah.
Do you have what do you have for IPAs on tap?
Well, we have the Ditch Dweller, very popular West Coast style IPA. Just in is actually our this is really fun. We call it the rattlesnake with a snow hat. It's Snowcap. It's fun. And it's a New England style one. Fresh. It's very new. And it's short quantity. So if you want to try it, you should snatch it up quick.
Ooh, well, I would hate to miss out. I'll take one of those.
All right. The rest of you gentlemen.
What's the closest thing you have to a Four Loko?
Well, none of our beers are caffeinated. You could try the Desert Critter. It's a sour, kind of with why am I blanking on the pepper? Jalapeno pepper, kind of jalapeno pepper flavor.
Okay.
It's kind of.
No, I know exactly what. Yes, I know that. Tell you what. Just make a flight for me.
Oh, okay. Any preferences? Do you want sours, IPAs, stouts?
Yes.
She just kind of nods. And for you, big fella, she says, turning to Foley.
What's the closest thing you have to PBR?
Ooh. Okay, so we have that's a classic Pilsner. The old desert fogey, we call it. And she points to the little old man sitting in the middle of the desert in a lawn chair with a hat pulled over his eyes. It's pretty light. It's pretty nice. It's a great cut in the grass type of beer.
I'll take that. I'll take a
That's
picture.
cut in the grass type beer.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys get your beers. You got Fields gets his flights, which is just she's like, I'm just give him one of whatever we have. The IPA is actually pretty good if you like New England IPAs. Very nice finish to it. And the Pilsner is great too. It's like a higher quality PBR, but it's still very light. But it doesn't have that harsh back end. Yeah, it's good beer.
I will say, Addison, if this episode gets released, you should probably stay away from Richmond for a couple days because PBR is in fact a lager.
Oh, is it? Oh.
And people in the city take their PBR very seriously.
Okay, it's a lager then. I actually didn't know that. I don't drink a lot of PBR, so.
Yep, and that's why you will never belong here. You'll never truly belong.
I'll always be an outcast, dude. I did not know. So yeah, it's a lager then. My bad. I was just thinking light beer. But yeah, so it's a nice lager. Same thing, just light, but like not that harsh back end that a PBR will have. Kind of like that. Like, ooh, is it trash at the bottom of this can? What's happening? So I'll say it, Kale. I'm safe here, dude. Come get me, Richmond. But yeah, the beers are good. It's midday. But it is like an office park, so you'll have a couple guys who will come in during the lunch break, have a beer, or there's a business meeting happening in the corner. You can definitely tell there's a guy pitching like an app or something to a couple other guys. You see a guy scrolling up to the bar. He is he's a man of middling height with a slight paunch. He has a proper business cut haircut. Graying brown. He's wearing a polo shirt, slacks, and hiking shoes. You can kind of see he checks his phone and he walks up and he goes, "Hey Amanda, I'm gonna be up in the office. Let me know when Hunter gets here, okay?" And she goes, "Yes, sir, Mr. Kipling." And he kind of turns and goes up around the bar, and there's like stairs, and goes up there.
Can I want to be on their website on my phone, right? Is Kipling, is he the owner?
So looking through the website with how high you got computer science, the bar is the brewery is co-owned by Ross Kipling, and one Hunter Cannon. All you guys give me knowledge rolls.
All right.
Where is this knowledge?
Let's see what it's at first.
So that's basically intelligence roll. I shouldn't have said knowledge, but yeah.
Okay.
Griggs fails.
Okay.
I got 17, so I'm good.
Oh, dude, you know exactly who this is.
1 second.
Lizard
I have
Man.
to check mine's at 50. I'm rolling. 41. I pass.
All right, so, being from Alabama, Foley knows wrestling. Hunter Cannon was a big mid-card guy in the biggest franchise in the country for a while. He was a tag team champion. He was the international champion a few times. Really big guy in like the late 90s, mid 2000s. Foley is like, okay, yeah. Fields, on the other hand, almost falls out of his seat because this dude is a fucking mark. He knows wrestling backwards and forwards. He's very excited. He knows that this dude was a part of a really famous cage match where he was power bombed through the top of the cage and went down to the ring. He is recently retired from wrestling due to some injuries, and he retired. He retired to Sierra Vista because this is where his wife's from. He's a happily married man with 2 daughters, who are about 10 and 13.
When I read his name on the website, I make like a excited squeal and kind of stop myself.
Yeah. And reading the description, it says his personal favorite beer is the Jacked Alope, which, and you look up on the board, there's a Jackalope that's freaking ripped with a belt. So.
God.
Yeah, so it's co-owned by these 2 guys. Right. You can look more into Ross and Hunter if you would like, but that would be an additional role.
And what was Ross's last name again?
Kipling.
Ross Kipling. So I tell Griggs who Hunter Cannon is, and I tell him about one very specific battle where he was just completely destroyed off the cage.
Yeah, you go into like this really long section where it's like, oh, there was a while where like it was pinfall anywhere, and like they did one where he was like in a supermarket and he was attacked, and it was a whole thing. It's too much. It's a lot.
Was this in the Olympics?
Professional wrestling, dude. Sports entertainment.
Okay, so fake wrestling is what you're telling me.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Like, I wrestled in high school, all right? I know what wrestling.
I know me some wrestling. What do you gentlemen want to do? You want to look more into Ross Kipling? Do you want to try to talk to the bartender? You want to try to get upstairs? Talk to maybe some of the regulars? You do see a couple guys sitting at the bar.
Yeah, I think we could talk with the bartender first.
She kind of gives you a smile. It's like, everything good? Can I help you with something else? Chips. We're supposed to have a food truck here they're running a little late, but they'll show up. Burgers. You guys like burgers? Great burgers.
I'm sorry, but is the Hunter Cannon?
Yes.
Work?
He doesn't work
He
here.
owns this bar.
Yes.
He owns this place.
Yes.
So, and you see him like every day.
I've been to his home, yeah. He's a great guy.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, if you like this, he's here every Saturday. We do like wrestling trivia, and he'll come in the whole outfit. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. You can bring kids. It's great. Great family activity. I don't know if you gentlemen to get if you guys want to, family friendly.
Could you introduce us?
He's not here today. But I mean, like I said, you can come on a Saturday. He's here every Saturday, and he drops by sometimes. So if you hang out, maybe have a few more beers, he could show up.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
She looks over. She looks over at your half-finished flight. She's like, "You sure? Okay. Oh, do you got one you want, or just another flight?"
I love the implication that he already drank it in like the 5 minutes that we've been here.
No, so the thought I had is like she looks over and there's like half sipped one finished one, and then like 3 untouched ones. So she's like, do you want more? Or...
Oh, right. He takes one and takes it like a shot. One of them.
I mean, is this... Okay, this is like a craft... Okay, that's...
So how long has this brewery been here? When did it start?
We just crossed the 3-year mark. We're very excited. We had a big celebration. It was a lot of fun. And you kind of see this little sadness when she says that.
So did you you worked with Frankie, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Are you guys friends of hers?
Well, I knew her art. I
Oh.
really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, we have one of her pieces right there, and she kind of points to the painting. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. What happened to her? We're all really broken up over it.
How old is Frankie?
31.
31.
Okay, I just wanted
Have they, figured out who might have did this?
I don't know. The detective came by, interviewed all of us. I don't know. It's really too bad. She was really kind. She was really kind.
Did you ever?
Go ahead.
She only worked here about three days a week, right? When she worked?
She kind of like gives you guys a look and says like, do you guys want another beer? You can give me a persuade roll or a humor roll if you would like.
Oh my goodness. I rolled a 100.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, that's not good. That's a critical failure.
I passed. I rolled a 49 under 60.
Unless one of you have a unless one of you guys have a critical success, that's not good.
No, I failed my human roll. So.
I beat it by 11.
Okay, that's still so.
I was gonna say back. I'm actually me and her used to date a little while back.
So,
boy.
You try to start saying that, and Griggs gets a little too overzealous and kind of reaches across the bar for a second. She leans back real quick, and just as she does that, Kipling is coming back down the stairs, and she goes, "Is everything okay, Amanda? Hey, these guys bothering you?" It's okay, sir. They were just asking about Frankie. Can you man the bar? I just need a second. And she kind of darts and goes up the stairs. And Ross Kipling kind of comes behind the bar. You gentlemen, do you think maybe you should pay your tab?
I didn't mean to upset anybody. It was just I knew Frankie. And I guess I shouldn't have brought it up. Seems like a sore subject.
Yeah, the murdered coworker is kind of touchy. Yeah, shocking.
Well, we were just trying to find out what happened. We'd my friend here said, he'd known Frankie. I'd known Frankie. We had actually just started getting back talking to each other, reconnecting, and then this happened. So we were kind of shocked. So we came out to see if we could pay our respects and see what happened.
Give me another roll, Taylor. Another persuade roll, please.
I beat it.
Boom.
54.
Okay, that kind of puts him on the back foot. He kind of crosses his arms and goes, "Well, we don't know much. We talked to the detective. The last time she was here was 2 nights before she passed away. Yeah, I would appreciate it if maybe you guys didn't talk to my workers, my employees, about their dead coworker. It's a touchy subject."
Well, since you're protecting your employees, it seems like you could take the blows for them. So, what happened?
What, I don't know. They found her in a trunk of a car. What are you guys? You guys said you know her? Are you guys detectives or something?
Well, if I could do anything about helping my friend, I'd like to help. Are you not the same way? Do you just, when your friends die, do you just don't really give a shit?
He like kind of, you see him kind of tighten his crossed arms. I really think you gentlemen should pay your tab and
How big's this guy?
Oh, you're a lot bigger than him. You're a lot bigger than him. But this is Arizona, and your alertness is high enough. Fully, you can see he does have a pistol on his hip, and you realize this is the guy from that army uniform picture you guys saw coming in.
I really don't appreciate people like you trying to stop a good citizen from just trying to help their friend. But I understand you got a shitty business to run here.
That's real nice. Yeah, I see why maybe Frankie stopped talking with you.
Oh,
you
no,
guys
that's
actually
the
want to
thing.
help? If you guys want to help, you can talk to the detective.
We reconnected when we were doing great. We're gonna start a life. So fuck you.
Great. You know what?
Piece
Actually,
of shit.
these drinks are on the house. You guys can go. Thank you.
Good. I wasn't paying for him anyways. You little prick.
Very nice.
All right, let's call it a day, boys.
All right, I take my last flight, and then I pull out from my vest a USB stick, and it has a picture of Hunter Cannon like in his wrestling outfit, and I say, "Hey, can you like get Hunter to sign this at least?"
Get out of my business.
Okay, I'll come back later. I'm sorry.
Get out of my business.
That could have gone better.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You started coming at me, man. I don't know what to do.
to be fair, you were aggressive. You came at him a bit aggressive.
Look, I came at him with the soft side, and he came back hot, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's not supposed to happen. So therefore, you're a prick.
All right.
We're gonna talk to his sister.
Go talk to the sister.
Try to ban her.
Wait,
Yeah.
I got one question. Did we learn like whose car it was that she was found in?
Nope.
No.
You guys can talk to the detectives, or you can try to look into it yourselves.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Did the pictures have like a license plate or anything?
It was just pictures of the body and the trunk.
Okay.
So you can see it was like a late model sedan, probably 15 to 17 years old.
All right. So I say we talk to the sister, see what we could get from her, and if not, we could run on the trail of the car.
Okay.
Yeah, and we still have her apartment too.
That's right.
So is the sister the next step then, gentlemen?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Do you want to? How do we want to go in? Do we want to do the friend thing again, or do we want to go the law enforcement route?
I was gonna say, do we know the relationship with the sister? Like how good it was?
Looking through her social media, you did see a couple pictures of her and her sister. There was one picture of a restaurant called the Rising Star, we'll call it. And it's just like so proud of you. And then it was a connection. It was like she tagged her sister's account in it, and that was relatively recent. So yeah, and if you look through her social media, she's a chef, but there's not a lot of posts. It's just like a couple pictures of her and her sister, and then pictures of food that looks pretty good.
I would say
Did Hap take that badge from Fields?
That was a toy badge. If that's canon, that was a toy badge, and he probably did take it because I like the idea that this very serious man is weirdly obsessed with cowboys.
Damn it! All right, if he didn't, I was gonna use the toy badge and flash it at the sister.
Well, so the only badge you guys do have is Fields probably has his FBI credentials. But outside that is neither true. One. Yeah. You know, Foley's not a government employee.
I'm the Tombstone Sheriff.
Speaking of which, you guys do get a picture from Hap, and it's him sitting in the stands, and the show's about to start, and it's the OK Corral.
I'm Sheriff Earp. I just wanted to ask you a few questions.
If you guys want to try to get badges, we could figure that out. We could do some rolls for that.
I was gonna say, I think law enforcement might be a better move than friends, because sister might know the friends of her sister.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, we can go in as FBI if I say, like, we're just following up the investigation or something like that. There's a review of this police department and we have to follow up everyone's investigation. So that would explain why we're talking with her again.
That's a great part. I like that.
Should we get federal booby inspector shirts to make it more official?
I don't think that would help. That would make make a negative roll if anything.
We're here because we heard your sister had a great set on it. Saddened that.
So say we can go and I could take the lead if we want.
Yeah, I think as long as we have one badge going for us, I think we
Right.
should be fine.
Put on these dark blue jackets and these sunglasses. You'll be fine. If I know anything about the FBI,
He
Which I
works at the
don't.
FBI, knows next to nothing.
which I don't.
All right, so is that the plan? We're gonna pretend to be FBI.
Yep.
I think it.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to try to get suits? You guys are gonna go in the tropical shirt, jean shorts, Levi's, shit kicker boots.
All I
Sorry.
need is a jacket, and I'm good.
So we're getting some blue windbreakers.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get those windbreakers.
All right, you guys got.
Nothing's more official than a windbreaker.
It's not a problem. You guys have probably about $3,000 worth of cash, so you're able to get windbreakers pretty easily. So yeah, you guys show up to the Rising Star. It's kind of near the center of town, not too far from actually where the brewery was. You can see it's a very like Latin-centric restaurant, and very bright, and a lot of nice artwork on the wall. Again, you notice another piece from Frankie on the wall. You flash your badge to the hostess. She's a teenager. That's enough for her to be like, oh shit. So she goes in the back and gets Frankie Campbell. A young woman walks out, probably late 20s. She's thin, looks like Native American maybe. A woman of middling height, attractive with long dark hair and large dark eyes. She's kind of wearing the white button-up coat, jeans, and you see she's wearing some Vans. And she just kind of looks between you guys and is like, "You guys are the FBI?"
Yeah, we're just I want to thank you for meeting with us. We're just following up the investigation of the police department here, kind of looking into all their investigations. So this is the one that I'm tasked with. I hope you don't mind us speaking with you again.
No, if this is for Frankie, no. But if we could do it in my office, you guys are freaking my customers out.
Yeah, sure, please.
She takes you to the kitchen. The kitchen is busy. It's like a late lunch, so people are still coming in for food. She kind of leads you to the back. There's this small, narrow office. She sits at a desk that's like kind of against the walls, and she kind of rotates in her chair and looks at you guys. And it's a tight fit for all of you to fit in there. The last one kind of tries to close the door. Doesn't really can't I could get the latch because there's not enough space. And she looks between you guys, and it's like a Sierra Vista PD's under review.
It's a routine review. Every 5 years or so. The state hires the federal government to come in and review departments.
Oh, okay. This is a lady all about her business. Doesn't know how that shit works, so she's probably like, "That makes sense, sure."
I guess.
Yeah, this looks like okay, like you know what I mean, like it is an FBI badge, so it's just like I guess this is probably real. Yeah, you guys hear about Frankie?
Yeah. Are you the older sister?
I'm the younger one.
Yeah.
She's about 3 years older than me.
Okay. Can you tell us a bit about your sister?
Popular. She was the center of attention, whatever room she was in. If you guys are looking at this, I'm sure you've seen pictures of her. She was very attractive. Kind of lived life by the seat of her pants. Constantly jumping from job to job. She's been bartender. She was a receptionist for like a week. No long-term boyfriends. Just kind of jumping from guy to guy, honestly. She whatever, it doesn't matter, I guess. She knew the hold she would have on men, so sometimes she got them to help her pay bills, stuff like that. She didn't afford a trip to Europe, pouring beer at the Ugly Jackalope, so.
So it was mostly other men paying for her.
Yeah.
Okay. Did she have a car or anything?
Yeah. It's missing right now. But yeah, she had a little black Honda Civic.
Do you know of any of the most recent men she had a relationship with? Anything about them?
There were a few. Like I said, none of she hasn't had a serious relationship since like high school. She was seeing some guy named what was his name? Aaron List. Some sort of computer program guy. Apparently made a bunch of money selling an app. Said that he was a weirdo, but took her out to nice dinners. He had some conference in Seattle, and he flew her there with him. She seemed to say he was a weirdo. He liked feet, but mostly it was just like he liked having arm candy. Nothing real sexual. Her boss creeped her out. She told me a few times. He seemed to be into her. So.
Ross Kipling?
Yeah, that's his name. He seemed to rub her the wrong way. Said she.
Okay, I was gonna ask the boss, the wrestler, or the manager at the bar.
No, she loved Hunter. Hunter seemed
Yeah,
to treat her
Hunter's
like
a hero.
he's a great man. The FBI agent who's way too into the wrestler. He's a great man.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Cannon always treated her very well. She said he treated her like one of his daughters. Nice guy. I met him once or twice. He's a really nice guy. But yeah, Mr. Kipling seemed to creep her out. Was always, trying to get her to hang out outside of work, that kind of thing.
So, I just want to be clear. Hunter's the wrestler, right?
Yes.
The owner.
So Kipling and Hunter both they co-own. So.
Okay, and then Kipling's the one I had the confrontation with, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kipling's a piece of shit. I knew. We went over there before.
Yeah, he seemed like a.
Yeah,
weirdo.
he rubbed me the wrong way immediately too. He immediately let me know he's insecure.
Yeah. How could Hunter go into business with a guy like that? I mean, I just
well, my understanding is they were like neighbors or something, and Kipling talked him into it. I'm guessing Kipling didn't have the money to deal with. He was like an accountant or something. So.
Are you originally from this town, or your family?
Yeah. We were born and raised here. Our mom took off when we were teenagers. Our dad still lives in. Our dad used to live here. He went back to his hometown, Benson, which is about 40 minutes from here.
Yeah, you still speak with your dad?
Yeah, he's a lonely old man.
Well, did your sister ever file a report about Kipling on his behaviors or anything like that?
She complained about him, but knowing her, she probably still liked the attention a little bit, and she might have been. I hate saying this, but she might have been angling to get something out of him. Knowing her, she didn't leave no stone unturned, if that makes sense.
Okay.
When was the last time you saw her?
She texted me the night before she disappeared. She was going to see somebody, a quote-unquote big fish, she said. That's all. She liked to leave it vague. She was always like that, though. It's not unusual.
Are you sure there's nothing else on Kipling that he may have said or done to you? Because I really don't like this guy, and you don't either. So we could figure something out.
I would much rather you guys just try to figure out what happened to my sister. I'm not too worried about.
Well,
a
that's
creep
what we're
like
trying to
Kipling.
do. We're just he seems to know something, and he's not really wanting to tell us. And you're seeming to tell us that he is also having more altercations with your sister. So I'm just trying to figure out, you know.
She crosses her arms. Is just like, I don't know. You guys are the FBI agents. If he's involved, look into him more. I don't know.
Well, that's why we're
Evidence?
talking to you, sweetheart. But when was the last time? Like, when was the last time you saw your sister in town?
I saw her at I'll stop in to the Jackalope every once in a while. We actually carry a few of their beers here because of her. Yeah, I stopped in. Typical shift when she was working. A lot of guys vying for her attention. Yeah, she was talking to some dude named Peyton, something like that. I was just stopping by because I was trying to get her to go see Dad. They got into some huge fight.
Can you tell us more about her art? Like, where does it come from? Where does that come from?
She was she laughs. She was a goth kid, loved Nightmare Before Christmas, that whole thing. She likes that whole like creepy imagery thing. She's very good. It's that she never wanted to stick with it long enough or pursue it hard enough to actually start getting paid for it,
And the tattoo, the rose and snake, was that anything special?
She laughs. She kind of like leans over and shows she has it on her hip too. Just a silly drunk night.
Does she have a studio or anything, or does she just do the work out of her apartment?
She does have her apartment. I'm sure she has some guy who's the guarantor or whatever, but she has a 2-bedroom. Not too far from here actually. Yeah, she laid out plastic and painting tarps, all that. I understand she likes to get high and paint. She'll do it there.
Well, I think I've got enough to go on for now.
Any more questions, guys?
I don't think so. Just stick around. I don't know if we'll need to speak with you again, but
Don't leave town.
Well, I got a question. What is this Peyton fella that she was last seen talking to? What does he look like?
Kind of pudgy. Maybe 5'8", 5'10". Brown hair. Just another dude at the bar. But Frankie seemed to be angling to get something out of him. Would be the vibe I got.
yeah, I think I have enough for now. There's one thing I want to do for after we leave, but I don't know if we're all done yet.
I think this Kipling guy could use a good old-fashioned blanket party.
I don't know what to do. This bitches are all Vegas shit.
Stop being vague! You're all
Start
being
shaking
vague as
her.
shit.
Are you Cthulhu?
You legally have to tell me if you're Cthulhu.
Oh, great one. It's the law.
It's I'm a cop. And you have to tell me if you're Cthulhu. You know that, right? Like,
This is Necronomicon entrapment. Oh, this is okay.
Yeah, all right. I think we're done here. I think we should look into whose car it was that she was found in.
Yeah, that's a very good question, because she also said that her car went missing.
Yeah. I want to know. I mean, this is like up to date modern times, right?
Yep. This
So
is taking place in 2023.
Can I use like a program online to like use one of her art images and see if like similar images pop up on the internet?
Yeah, you can totally do that if that's something you want to do.
Yeah, I want to do that.
All right. So you guys are in the town car. What's the next move?
Well, if we want to figure out about her or the car she was found in, we'd probably have to get in with law enforcement.
Yeah.
And you're probably gonna need an actual N. You can't just show up and go, "We're the FBI." Because then they're like,
Right.
"All right, well, let's talk
Hey,
to
by
the
the
field
way,
office." Yeah.
We're an FBI.
I guess it's like, all right, we're gonna call
We're
Albuquerque
an FBI.
or Phoenix or whatever. We're gonna see if you guys are actually the dudes.
Wonder if we should go in like Ocean's 11 instead of talking with someone.
You do that?
There you go.
Because like I can try and get the. Well, no, that might be a bit difficult. Try and get someone in to see the records for this investigation. But we'd have to find out who the investigator is and wherever they keep, unless they just have a board with string everywhere and the whiteboard.
I mean, they probably have that, but that'd also be in the the bowels of the police department. So you guys would have to, like. And it's not a small. It's a small city, but it is a city. So there's probably cops. There's cops in the station at all hours.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be like, "Don't mind us, FBI. We just gotta look at this one murder board."
Just try to push us to dress up as janitors to go in here.
Don't mind me, just the janitor that's always worked here.
You guys can give me intelligent rolls if you guys want ideas, basically.
Yeah, let's do that.
Griggs failed, as is tradition.
I got a 4, so I'm good.
I feel like Griggs is a little sunburned at this point. He's just like,
He's having heat stroke.
He's like, I'm just not.
What?
There's not a damn tree or a cloud in this state, is there?
It's like being in an oven.
Did you pass, Matthew?
Yes, I passed.
Taylor,
with
did
a
you
4.
pass?
I'm sorry. You must have cut the fuck out somewhere. Say that again.
So you can give me an intelligence roll basically for ideas, and basically I can pitch you guys different ideas that like your character comes up with, because your characters are experienced in doing this, so it's not like, comics playing secret agents. You guys would, have some thought of where you should move.
Well, my intelligence is 50. Not that good. And I got a 61.
Okay. So the only one who can think of anything is, again, so Foley is like focused on like, we should just find Kipling. Kipling's probably the guy. Let's just jump him.
Let's find Kipling. Let's break his fingers.
Yeah, Griggs is sunburned.
Fucking get him to talk.
Griggs is sunburned going, I shouldn't have to do any operations in the South. This is too much. And Phil's the only one actually thinking things through. So, he runs the art program, which I'll get to after I pitch the ideas. He runs the art through the program. You guys still have the apartment to go to. The apartment, you might have some leads you guys could pick up, because you could find an address book, you could find a laptop, you could find a diary. You guys can go to the police department. You guys are going to have to establish why the federal government is there looking into things. You guys could break in. You guys could sneak in. You guys could try to find a detective. See if the detective's willing to talk things over with people. You could try to hack in you could see if you can find a way into the computer system of the Sierra Vista PD and see if they have any files on the servers. Yeah, and then you guys can also do the backtrack of the car she was found in, or the body. The car you could probably more easily, because it's probably in a lot, and the lot's not particularly heavily guarded, because no one. not a lot of people assume you're gonna try to rob the police. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mm.
if you are gonna rob the police, they assume it's gonna be drugs or guns. They're not too worried about the van where they found 2 dead bodies or whatever. That's not their biggest concern, because that's probably in a lot with a chain link fence and then a guard and a hut. All of these would be easy to get into. So you run it through the art program. Nothing really shows up. It just kind of starts referring back to different accounts she has and other people posting accounts. The one that makes Field smile is there's one that Hunter posted on his personal page that has almost 1 million followers, and it just says "Lost a dear friend, forever in my thoughts," and it's a painting she did for him, and then a couple other images of her pouring him a beer, giving him a nice little side hug and a selfie. Just very a friend passed away, trying to grieve publicly kind of thing.
I'm so fucked up. This is the most lost I've ever felt. I don't know what other way to explain it.
I mean, maybe the apartment's a good place to start.
Yeah, we can always come back to this, too.
We might even be able to find a reference to her car, at least, in her apartment.
Well, her car is a Honda Civic.
Oh, that's right, but we wouldn't know where it is.
Yeah, it's not like if let's say someone took the car, they're not gonna leave a note. It's like, "Lol, we left it in the desert. You'll never find us." XOXO.
Are there any in the photos of the crime scene? Is there anything that can mark the car, like a scratch in a specific area or something like that?
You guys can give me search rolls for that.
Do it.
Ooh, I passed with a 6.
I also passed, yep.
I'm trying to find out. I got a 39. I'm trying to look at my search, so hold on. Oh, I just passed by 1. Let's go.
Right, so going over the photos, the thing you guys notice on the actual car, in the photos where the body was found, you know how the dealerships will put a little plaque on a car to mark like it was theirs, like where you bought it from?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, this one is what do I want to call this? We'll call it Rodney's Car Oasis. And you guys put it up, and it's a local small, very small dealership where
the dealership that has colored flags hanging up everywhere.
Yes.
And shit.
Yes, and the fucking soap writing on the windows where it's like deal. Yeah. So
Rodney's Car Oasis.
All right. I think we have time for one more scene, and we'll start wrapping it up.
I mean, we can go into the police lot and look for that car.
That's true.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
You want to do that first?
Yeah.
All right. You guys wait until evening. I assume you guys prepare, right?
Yep, the classics. Gloves, mask, all that stuff.
All right, you said masks. I'm glad, because last time I was like, you guys are breaking into something. What do you guys have?
Yeah.
You're like, gloves. Never seen anything about a mask. And I was like, well.
Yeah, let's put masks on. I turn my vest inside out.
Yeah, so you guys pull up. It's a lot. It's on the edge of town. Again, it is chain link fence and a cop in a guard hut, a little trailer. How do you guys want to approach?
Well, we should definitely start by checking for cameras and stuff.
Yeah, there's a few cameras. Basically, there's one on the actual guard hut, and then you can see there's lights that they can cut on that kind of light up the lot, and there's cameras on those poles, but the lights are off. And you can see one of the lights is you can see a couple of the actual things are broken within. So it's this is clearly not a lot. The city spends a lot of money on.
I was gonna say, how big? What's the fence look like? around this lot.
So it's the classic chain link fence with barbed wire around the top with like the tarp over the back of the thing so you can't see in.
Here, I think the best thing, like, how good is my camera on my drone?
Very good. Again,
Okay.
you got high-end stuff.
So, I can shoot up my drone and at least identify where the car is.
Okay. You would have to give me, where's Foley?
The pilot?
A pilot check.
Oh boy, there we go.
And this pilot check, just so you know, is more for like how high you fly it, so the guard doesn't hear the me. It's an empty desert area.
Yeah. Okay, unfortunately, I failed it. 75 over 63.
Okay. You do find the car, but you find 3 of them. Because it's just a make, you can't really make out the color because you are in like night vision flying over. And that buzzing's enough that the guard kind of comes out and he puts a flashlight to the sky, and you're able to just get it out of sight in time. But now the dude's kind of alert. And so there's 4 cars you're aware of. 2 are off by themselves, and the other 2 are kind of near each other with like 4 cars between them.
Okay, so I share that with Griggs and Foley.
Next step, gentlemen.
Describe it one more time.
So, all right, so it's a lot about the size of a football field. There's a guard hut on the front where the gate is, chain link fence with barbed wire around the top, and with a tarp kind of going around the fence, kind of blocking you from being able to view in.
And then, what did the drone exactly see before having to fly off?
So you guys were looking for a make and model of similar color, which is tough with the night vision because everything's kind of green. You find 4. 2 are off in opposite corners by themselves, and the other 2 are in the center in a row of cars with 4 cars between them.
I say we go check out the center ones first, since we have some cover with the other vehicles.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good.
Now, who has ninja skills?
Who has stealth?
Definitely not Griggs.
Griggs has base.
Yeah,
Foley has
got
50.
base.
So you got Foley has 50. Now, there are 3 of you. If 2 of you decide to do some sort of diversion, because the guy is aware now, I'll give Taylor a +10, and whoever he brings in with him. And the guy bringing in with him doesn't have to roll, but you'll be in with Foley. So who's distracting? If you guys are distracting.
One thing, can I identify a power box somewhere?
Give me you can give me a search roll or an alertness roll. Everybody, it's up to you guys. Because this is also something Foley does. So Foley could.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a pass for me.
Ooh, I
It's a
got
pass for
39.
me
That's
as
a
well.
pass.
So yeah, you see it. It's and the pole happens to be outside of the lot. But the guard is kind of now patrolling because he definitely heard something and he's pretty sure he saw something dart away. But it's the Southwest. This guy could be like, "Oh shit, the aliens are here." No. They won't. I know too much. But yeah, he's patrolling the lot now.
I think maybe Griggs can mimic a wild animal call or something. He has good
Ooh.
survival.
I like that.
Yeah, a chupacabra call.
Yeah.
So are we taking out the power box, or are we gonna try to do the chupacabra call with Foley and Fields going into the lot?
Jesus Christ.
I like the chupacabra call.
That's the distraction and the sneak.
I mean, Addison also gave me the idea of like, I could cut the power. And
Well, the problem is he's covering the power box right now.
He's not covering;
That's
he's
true.
patrolling. So what I'm saying, if you guys take it
Yeah.
out, so say
Mhm.
like if your plan was to run up with an axe, he's gonna see the guy going, like, because he's looking around now. He's aware. But you guys can do something like if you guys wanted to, like if you won't hard up with the car, you could totally like crash the car into the power and be like, oh no,
Oh
Good,
shit!
I should do. I could run up and be like, I'm an avid UFO researcher, and be like, I saw one come over here. You have to turn off the lights right now.
dude.
It's right over here.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Just my persuasion's not great, but
I would give you a plus 12 to that, because that's not a bad. But you rush in out of the dark and be like, "There's fucking aliens." These guys are like, maybe there's aliens. I can see that.
Or maybe that could be my excuse for running into the electrical box. Like I was chasing a UFO, and this box came out of nowhere.
That's what we'll do. We'll team up. You pretend to be a UFO researcher, and I will make a classic alien call.
I like both of those. And then
using my calling skills.
And then Foley tries to break in.
I'd say so.
All right.
Does that work for you, Taylor?
Yeah.
Kale, do you want to try to go in with him? Because like you guys can be in a ditch, you can do the call, and then you guys run for the fence.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a plus 10 for surprise. Like coming up, say I'm a UFO guy. But if you can do a convincing argument, Matthew, I'll give you an additional 5. But it has to be convincing.
Okay.
So you're running up out of the dark.
Yeah. Well, one, I scare the shit out of him. I just smack on the glass. Quick.
Wait,
oh no, he's out, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm smacking on the fence, and pointing up to the sky. I'd be like, "Did you fucking see that?"
So he wheels around and flashlight on you. Yeah.
You saw it, right?
Yeah.
It was a fucking big. It was cigar shaped, right?
Yeah.
Come on, it was cigar shaped. You know it was. It was like a long thing.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely saw that. I know you did.
Okay.
I know you saw that. Yeah.
So we're gonna do this. You're gonna plus 15 because I like that. I like that you went into like the UFO thing. I like that.
Yeah, you were inceptioning him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a cigar shape, right?
So and now we're also gonna have Kale's roll. So basically, it's gonna be how much you guys can convince him. So if you if you both pass, he's convinced. If it's Kale's thing works, yours doesn't, because Kale's survival is pretty high. He'll still be kind of like, oh fuck, but not immediately like, oh my god, whatever you say. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, roll.
15, so I'm doing 41.
Wait, do I get a bonus too, or is it flat for me?
I think it'll be flat because it's
okay.
He's already kind of freaked out.
Oh, that's perfect. It's a 9.
Wow.
I pass.
Holy shit.
Well, Griggs's alien call probably sounded a little too much like a turkey, because he rolled a 53 over 50.
And then I go, oh fuck! You heard of those turkey people, right?
Yeah. So he's
the
convinced.
Turkey people from Alpha Centauri.
Yeah. So he's convinced. He's like convinced, and then like Griggs tries to do the call, and it's a good call for a second, but then he slips in the gravel, so he's just, stealth roll, Taylor. You're gonna get a plus 10 to it, because he's now distracted, pretty solidly.
Oh, 22, smashed it.
All right,
nice.
So Griggs and Foley, you're inside. You now have Foley. Now you have Fields trying to convince him to turn off the lights, kind of leading them away from where you guys are getting in. And you guys want to hit towards the center cars, correct?
Yep.
All right. So here's how we're gonna do it. Since it's Taylor's stealth roll, he gets to call it. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Boom, odds. All right. So the first car isn't it, but that second car in that row of cars is the murder car.
Boom, stick.
Give me search rolls, you guys. You too.
Fuck, man, I gotta
pass.
fix this.
So you guys go into to full like tearing the car apart. The car is rather bare. There's no paperwork in it. But you guys are able to take the license plates off, which you guys can take back and analyze somewhere else. You find a female shoe in the back, and you find a smear of blood on the door. And then you find a cigarette in the ashtray, Kale.
Gotcha.
All right, and the cigarette is a Golden Circle cigarette, which is not a super popular brand, but is a brand that at least Foley's aware of. Mostly
I
women.
believe it's also what those punks smoked when they robbed that guy's farmhouse.
Mm-hmm. Good memory on Kale.
Hmm.
All right. And you guys head back to the motel for the evening. Pretty stoked.
We do want to probably get a license plate off that before we leave.
That's what I said. You guys can either take pictures or
Oh,
take
sorry.
or take a license plate off. It's up to you.
I missed that part.
I'm up for either.
What was the name of the cigarette?
Golden Circle.
Golden Circle.
Okay.
All right. You guys head in to the motel for the evening.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
I think so.
Yeah, you guys get
I was
food. You guys probably a 6-pack too. You guys are pretty stoked on it.
Yeah. I was so good that I convinced myself. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was a cigar shape.
There's a moment where there's definitely a moment where Griggs and Foley share a look because Fields is like, no, I think there was something in the sky, and they're both like, he remembers he was the one flying the drone, right? Like,
Can we not talk about UFOs? All right, it's a sensitive subject for me.
Thor took. Sorry, I'm writing these down for myself as well. So you guys get up the next day, kind of head into have your continental breakfast, and the news is on as you guys are sitting down, and it's a local news reporter going, the second body found within a week this morning in downtown Sierra Vista. Police are currently on scene investigating. And that is where we'll end this session, you guys.
Son of a bitch.
Nice.
Did it again.